Hi, this is the DMV Diamond Project, and I'm your host, Jane Burnett. Thank you so much for tuning in. For this episode, we caught up with a local photography professor who explores the South Asian American cultural experience through her work. Let's see what she has to say.
I was sort of from all over the place. I was born in Carlisle, England. My dad was a doctor, and he was certified in India but needed to get Western certification, so we moved to England, and that's where I was born. And then we moved to Canada while we were waiting for our green card to move to the United States. The majority of my upbringing was that I grew up in a small town in Ohio. Like for me, we were the first Indians that moved, we were the first immigrants that moved into the small town. Like the newspaper did an article on my family. And I remember walking home from school and this kid yelled out the bus window, like, "Where's your green card?" And I was like, at home with my mom, "Where's yours?" I had no idea that was an insult or that not everybody had a green card or, you know, I didn't know any of these things, but I just was like, at home, of course. Like, where else would it be? Like, where's yours, you know? I knew that I wanted to be a photographer since the 3rd grade. I found it a way for me to sort of adapt to both cultures. My dad was an amateur photographer. We used to carry his camera bags around for him, and I just fell in love with this mechanical object that I just wanted to hear the noise. I wanted to push the buttons, you know, all of those sort of things. So I think I was attracted to it from a very early age. I think the majority of my work is directly related to South Asian experiences. When I got to college, I kind of realized like I didn't really know what it meant to be Indian or how to be Indian. But I think it's exploring not just only South Asian identity, but I think exploring identity in general is what my work really focuses on. Just generally in the art world, if we look at the people that are getting solo shows at the main museums in New York, LA, over the country, they're collectively white men. And so I think one of the challenges as a woman artist and as a person of color artist is actually being able to break those ceilings and getting more and more work of people of color and women in particular in those big shows. I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges I see in the field for someone like me. So the advice I would give to young women of color that are in, are looking for the next steps, is really to find a mentor. I was lucky that the woman who ran the photo program here before, she took me under her wing. And she saw things in me that I didn't see in me. That's something that I've worked actively at, of trying to find the people in the margins to give these opportunities to. And then in turn to sort of mentor them like she mentored me, to make sure that they're doing a good job. And along your way, when you're learning and when you're going through these things, don't forget that somebody else is right next to you trying to do the same things, and often if you can help them, they can help you, and it doesn't become competitive, but it becomes that you're both raising each other up. And I think that's the hard part, because people think that, well, if you're doing the same thing I'm doing, then one of us has to succeed, and why can't it be that we both help each other to succeed rather than just one of us making it and the other one not, you know?